Record right here. All right. All right. Good morning, everybody. This is the call or the video or the virtual training to be on. I'm really excited to be on here with you today. I think we did our first virtual Super Saturday training really last year, early part of last year. Before anybody had done it, Team Vision was already moving forward. So I'm so excited to set the precedence for what we need to be doing and what we can be doing during this actual time of crisis, because now is not the time to fold. This is the time to step up to the plate to actually help those, help ourselves and help those around us continue to survive during this crisis. So this is COVID-19 Team Vision Financial Strategy session. We started off this week, you guys, and I was so excited to do it because every third Saturday is our time to do an in-person training, right? And so during that training, we always do the modules in myEcon and continue to teach you financially and teach you how to market. Every now and then I'm going to be looking on here so that I can see if there's anybody in, okay? And so what happened this week, some of you have actually joined us on this week as we have ventured to be creative, being that we couldn't do in person. I just went on and did all the modules, which generally I have help doing that. So I kind of wore myself out, but I was excited about it. I think I told some people that I had a different anointing this week. I think it came from experience as well. As you grow in this, it's very easy to share with others. That's why you want to continue to participate as much as possible, because you want to grow yourself as well as grow your team, okay? So that's what you do in this business. You continue to grow. And so, as I've already said, we want to welcome you to our financial strategy session on today, how we're going to fight during COVID-19 and how we're going to fight off some actual diseases or that disease in COVID-19. We can do this, and we already have been protected. So without any further ado, I want you to go ahead, take yourselves off of mute one at a time, and I want you to introduce yourself. Tell me if you're ranked, what your rank is, and tell me where you're from. That's all I want to know. I do not want a testimony. Tell us your name, where you're from, and what your rank is, okay? All right, let us go. Somebody start us off.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kermit Scott Wingfield. I am an EVP, and I am joining you out of Monticello, Arkansas.
All right, welcome, Scott.
Kerman, K-E-R-M-I-N.
Herman, I'm sorry, welcome.
Kerman. Flows off your tongue better that way.
Yes.
I'm going back on mute.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, next.
Lou Lambert, Monticello, Arkansas, EVP.
All right, welcome, Miss Lambert.
Good morning.
Cherie Wooders.
All right, Cherie.
Pine Bluff, Arkansas, EVP Gold.
All right, welcome, Cherie. All right, next. You guys just keep it coming.
Sheila Morton, Virginia, EVP Gold.
Wonderful, welcome.
Good morning. This is Nicole Lucky, Arlington, Texas, EVP.
Woo, woo, welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Dr. Chris Allen, EVP Gold, and I'm from Monticello, Arkansas.
All right, welcome, Mr. Chris.
Good morning, this is Joseph McKee, EVP Gold, Cleveland, Mississippi.
All right, welcome, Mr. McKee. Okay, we got some more. I see Shante, Tiffany, Who else we have? I see some numbers. Deborah, Dana. All right, you guys, tell us who you are. You want me to unmute you?
Deborah Bass, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, EVP.
All right, welcome to the call.
Tiffany Davis, Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
All right, welcome to the call.
Shanta Hudson from Maumelle, Arkansas.
All right, welcome.
LaWanda Williams, Sherwood, Arkansas.
All right, welcome. All right, who else do we have? Is that about it?
Mary Miles, Conway, Arkansas, EVP.
All right, welcome. All right. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for introducing yourself. We may have guests that are on the line and are afraid to introduce themselves, and that's okay. And we may have some of you who are busy, maybe going about your day, and you've joined and you don't have a chance to introduce yourself. But I just want to officially welcome you all here, and just understand that this is a great day to be a part of myEcon, and a great day to learn how you can survive during this crisis. We're going to move on, and I'm going to give you, I'm going to stop sharing this screen, and I'm going to share our another screen, and I'm going to present the business. If we have any guests that are on the line, we got Yolanda Jones, EVP from Spokane, Washington. Welcome, Yolanda. And listen, I'm going to share the presentation with you, and then when we move from the presentation, we're going to move right into our training on today. Get your questions ready also. Go ahead and get your questions ready. If we've been doing any type of training and you need clarity on that, I'm going to allow for space for that at the end of our training. And somewhere during the middle, you'll get a chance to put your questions on our chat as well, okay? So let me go ahead and find our presentation on here, guys. Just a moment. Takes just a moment for us to get started. We're almost there. I want to introduce myself officially now, and I am Clarissa Pace. I'm EVP Platinum in myEcon, and I live in Monticello, Arkansas. And listen, I'm excited to be a part of the myEcon community. We are the personal financial success company. Listen, I appreciate everything that the income shifting strategy membership has brought to me and my family. We've actually been with this company since it started. And since it started, we have been following the system very, very closely. When we were shared how to change our W-4, we changed our W-4 and we actually increased our cash flow by $800 a month into our household. That brought a significant change to what we had annually. Then we turned around and we began to operate our business with the intent to make a profit. We did make a profit and we've had some losses, but nonetheless, we were able to start saving anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000, even as much as $6,000 as as our income increased. We began to save over $6,000 a year in taxes. Then we were able to eliminate debt. Right off the bat, we eliminated like $43,000 in debt. We actually began to invest outside of our retirements on our jobs and so forth. And so we increased that value over $600,000. And within these 15 years of being a member of myEcon, we have increased our cash flow over $1 million. Listen, this is the call. This is the team that you want to be a part of, because we are teaching you to do the same thing. All it takes is for you to be coachable, for you to listen, for you to actually follow and be a part of this community, and you too will have your own testimony. With that being said, I'd like to move on with our presentation. Our company is a 15-year-old, debt-free, technology-driven company based in Atlanta, Georgia. Listen, we have helped thousands of people across America actually increase their cash flow. And right now, our total is actually $500 million and above. And we are excited to know that there are several of us who have actually experienced that type of increase in your finances, okay? So let's move on. Let's tell you how we have done that. Listen, in myEcon, our mission is to empower people to attain personal financial success. When we speak of personal financial success, we're simply talking about having enough cash flow to support your chosen lifestyle. So we understand that to attain personal cash flow, we actually need to earn enough cash flow during our working years to support our lifestyles during our retirement years. And this means that we got to simultaneously invest enough money to actually replace the money that we are making now. Let me give you an example. If someone is actually earning $100,000 annually right now, then that means that they need to have in investments over $1,200,000 in order to replace that income. Well, we're talking about big money, people, but what if you're making 40,000? What if you're making 30,000? What if you're making 50 or 60? What you need to understand is that you need 12 times as much in some type of investment vehicle so that you won't have what we call that fixed testimony, so that you're living off of Social Security and you're not living off of your financial security. That's what myEcon is about. So you've got to understand that America is the wealthiest country in the world. And it accounts for about 25% of all the world's wealth. Our homes, our people that live here, you probably don't know some of them, but we have over 12 million millionaires in this country. But here's the problem. As much as we have 12 million millionaires in this country, we have as many people or more who are not millionaires. And there are several reasons for this, but we know that one reason is that they do not have a personal financial strategy in place, okay? So that's where myEcon comes into play. We have a solution, and today I want to take the time to share our solution with you. See, here's what we know. We know that people need more cash flow, and they need a smart financial system or a smart financial strategy in place. They don't need more money. Money is not our problem. We have been making money for all of these years that we have worked. And if we take a look at our bank accounts, if we have a savings account, take a look at our savings, take a look at our investments, it's very alarming that today, even in this crisis, we may not even have enough money to continue our bills for 6 months or even 12 months, of which the government has said there are possibilities that up to 18 months we would be in this COVID-19 crisis. I'm sure you can agree today that that is an issue, but our solution is the income shifting membership, okay? And it is helping you through our membership earn business income. See, I'm going to share with you what our income shifting membership is about, because we have 5 modules or 5 places in our income shifting membership that's going to help you during this crisis. So let's talk a little bit about each one of them. The first cash flow strategy is to correct your tax withholding form. Most Americans have lost a significant amount of money because they did not have this form completed properly. Just recently, it was released, a new 2020 W-4 form was released, and so was the IRS released a new calculator online that we can actually come very close to setting our own funds and how we get them deducted from our paycheck. So this is what we recommend in our first step, because we understand that if you don't have that money coming home, then what it's going to do is put a strain on your budget, a strain on your debt, a strain on your credit, and a strain on you investing. Our second strategy is about minimizing your taxes. Well, in case you haven't noticed, you pay taxes on everything. This is the greatest expense that we can occur in America. We pay real estate taxes, we pay property taxes, we pay FICA, we pay Social Security, we pay grocery taxes, tobacco taxes, we've got what millage, school. Listen, we pay a lot of taxes. Well, we've got to find out how can we control the amount of taxes that we actually pay, because you do know that we have the ability to control what we pay in taxes. So our job in our second strategy is to help you minimize your tax liability so that you can have more money in your pocket to meet the need of our next strategy, which is eliminating debt. See, if you can correct your tax withholding form, save money on your taxes, this will increase your cash flow, and you can pour that cash flow into what we have is a cash flow strategy plan with the debt elimination, so you can either pay down that debt or eliminate that debt. I'm sure you can agree that if you have more debt than you have money, then you don't have the money to do what? Keep your credit good. That's right. See, what happens is credit, this is what I always tell my people I'm training. Credit is debt. Debt is credit. So as long as you have debt and you're and it's squeezing on your income on a monthly basis, how about your credit score is going to lower? So our strategy is to help you get control of your debt so that you can build great credit, okay? And finally, what it's all about is getting you to where all of your cash flow is a positive cash flow, and then you can make smart investment choices, in which we teach you investment education and investment strategies to help you with those choices, okay? Now, the good news about myEcon is not only do we take care of our personal finances, but we give you an opportunity to pour more money into your strategy to help you get the job done. Well, how we're going to do that? We're going to teach you how to build this business, because this is a business opportunity. See, you not only help yourself, but you can help your families, your friends, and your enemies, and you can gain extra income. So let's talk a little bit about our world-class compensation plan. Now, this is where I need a little bit of help. So listen, let me show you, okay? First of all, in myEcon right now, you can actually enroll an individual into business with us for $29.95. And when you do, you will make $25 upfront cash flow. Now listen, that means that you make your money back. Then as you enroll people into myEcon, popping them in for $29.99, and then, I'm sorry, $29.95, and then you make $25, guess what? You build what we call a Dream Team residual, which is going to pay you up to $7 on every team enrollee. This is whether they are your personal sponsorships or your sponsorships are sponsoring others. And so you build this to infinity, all the way up to making $8 monthly residual income on each active membership. That means that as you pay your $34.95 a month, you have an opportunity to actually help yourself and help others gain residual and leverage income. So let's take a look at how this can build over time, okay? So over time, let's take a look. If you got a weekly, just say weekly, you are helping people and you're helping weekly at 10 people, okay? So, because we want you to set a goal, help 10 people a week. This is going to give you an upfront pay of $250. Yearly total of people that you help is 500 people if you worked all year, okay, weekly, producing 10 new enrollees. Now, what you're going to build is residual income of $3,500. Now, if you're really good or the entire team begins to work, you could actually, just 5 of you on the team could actually build new enrollees of 50 a week. Now your upfront pay will be $1,250. You would be bringing in yearly 2,500 new enrollees, making a monthly residual of $20,000. And then if you continue to produce, you can get to the point of 250 weekly, and then get a weekly pay of $6,250. And then a total amount of 12,500 people will be blessed with our income shifting strategies, up to you making over $100,000 a year in business income. Listen, people, you get 50% personal retail sales, because we do have other products and services, one of which I'm going to talk about today. 25% on team retail sales and weekly commissions, residual income, and the income shifting membership that's going to pay you all around. Listen, during this crisis, you can sit at home, help yourself, help people, and continue to build income to possibly not even going back to that job. But of course, that's up to you. Okay, I decided to come home. Now, I want you to understand that you have the opportunity to enroll today. And here's what you're going to receive: tax withholding training. You're going to have the opportunity to download our cash flow manager, which is one of our tools for helping us keep records and budgeting our household income. You're going to get the debt elimination software through our cash flow strategist, because this is going to help you set your goal and build a plan to pay off your debt, increase your credit, and set your retirement income in place. You're also going to get our My Credit System, which is our credit repair do-it-yourself kit. And you will get coaching from a 15-year specialist like myself, who will be coaching you through the whole process. And then you will also gain investment education training, because we have great teachers here who's actually going to show you what investments are all about and show you how you can take control of making your money make money. Now listen, it used to be a one-time $99.95 to be a part of our business. Now it's only $29.95 one time. Then 30 days later, you start with $34.95 a month. Listen, you get valuable tax benefits, because once you reposition yourself as a business owner, you get an opportunity to write off over 475 tax deductions, lower that tax liability. And check this out: because I'm a tax professional, I began to study what is going on now. What this stimulus check is going to be about is your adjusted gross income. You got to understand that your income is adjusted because you have business deductions that can lower your wages, tips, and salaries. Listen, this is a great day to be a part of myEcon. Thank you very much for listening. I am Clarissa Pace. I'm Executive Vice President Platinum, and we'll be glad to have you become a member and continue to learn what it's about and how you can survive during this time. God bless you. All right, I stopped that share so we could get ready. Do we have any guests on the call? Okay, I'm gonna go over here and see if we missed bringing anybody in. Do we have any guests on the call who would like to become a member? Any guests on the call? Let us know who you are before we move forward. Any guests have any questions? All right, well, I am moving more people over at this time. All right, so that they can join in. All right, people, we are ready to get this party started. So some of you, if you don't have noise in the background, you can come off of mute and you can begin to enjoy the conference, okay? All right, let me go back over here and I'm going to share my screen again with you guys. Okay, all right. All right, so I have done our presentation and we are ready to move forward. How many of you guys are ready to move forward? Okay, so I want to move forward because I want you to know that this business actually works and that income shifting strategies actually work. I have asked someone today to share their testimony, and after she shares her testimony about what myEcon has done for her, listen, you ought to be able to testify to your W-4, your tax savings, your debt elimination, your credit, and your investments by now if you have been 30 days or more in myEcon. And that's what we want to hear about on today. I asked specifically for Miss Cherie Wooders to share her testimony with us on today. And then I want to open the line for any of you, for 2 or 3 of you, to take about 2 minutes to share your testimony as well, okay? Remember, it's not about selling the business at this point. It's about telling what the business has done for you. So we are wanting to hear from you on today. All right, so without further ado, is Miss Cherie Wooders, are you ready? Can you take yourself off of mute and you're ready to go forward? We're ready for you. Cherie Wooders is an EVP Gold out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. She is actually leading Team Legacy, and she's a great leader, great teacher on the Team Vision team. Cherie, go right ahead. Can you say something? Let us know you're there.
Hello, everyone. Again, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, well, wonderful, wonderful. I am excited about myEcon. I was very excited to join over 5 years ago. And at that time, I had a little dab of do you type of attitude. However, when I really considered what value myEcon was in my possession and started to utilize the tools, it changed my world. I changed my W-4 and was able to instantly cash flow $450 back into my income. I also utilized that money to eliminate some debt that I've been bothering me for years. I was quickly able to pay down that debt using the strategies that were in my back office, tools that I had at my disposal all along. I was kind of angry with myself because it took me so long to get started, to use what I had. I was like, man, I could have been much further along if I had started doing the stuff much further along. That set me up to be in a great position because if you kind of know me, you know that I used to be a primary caregiver for my mother who was very ill. And it came a point in which I needed some extra cash flow to help provide for her care and to hire like private nurses and such. And it just happened to be the myEcon strategies that I had put in place months ago, and it doesn't take long because it was about maybe 6 months I had started using these strategies, paid down the debt, was able to work on my emergency fund and start some investments when I needed to re-strategize my financial situation due to a medical emergency. And this was able to allow me to do it without stress, without worry, without asking anybody else for a dime, and we were able to flow. That made me a solid believer. Then I utilized myEcon, and I'm gonna make it short, to help me raise my credit, to eliminate more debt, to work on me coming to the house a lot earlier off of my 9-to-5 job, and maybe building up even more residual income. And that's the part of it that I really enjoy. I enjoy every Friday. It's payday. Fridays are a whole different thing for me now. You know, I wake up and it has gotten to the point, and you hear people, I've heard people say this, oh, did I get paid? And you'll get those little sweet little text notifications, email notifications that say that your cash flow has just been increased. That's a beautiful thing, y'all. And it's always it puts a smile on my face. It changes my whole weekend. And I'm really appreciative of myself. If I can leave you with one word of advice, this company works when you work.
Awesome. All right. Thank you for that testimony. Listen, guys, we go far beyond numbers. We actually go into lifestyles and we go into our emotion and our psyche. Don't you know that when you have more money in your pocket, or at least you have a position or you have knowledge about that money, you can actually take care of all types of emergencies that come into your life. So we appreciate Cherie for sharing that information with us. We do remember when, and we thank God that she has come through with the help of our myEcon team and myEcon strategies, bringing through her the very situation with her mom and what she's continuing to do to strengthen and build her team, okay? Now listen, I want a couple more of you. If you have some strong testimonies, listen, I don't want our teachers to do it. I want to see who out there is really raring up and ready to actually share their myEcon testimony with us. So you can unmute yourselves. Let's see who we have who doesn't mind sharing that testimony with us. Do we have anybody that does not mind sharing their testimony? Go right ahead, introduce yourself and tell us.
What's up, Miss Pace? It's Renita Terry. Can you hear me?
I sure can, Renita. Welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you. I wanted to share my testimony because I don't share it a whole lot. And I said, this is a small enough group where I can practice this morning. Okay. So when I first came into myEcon, I had not paid taxes in almost 10 years. It was about 8 years. And here's what happened. I was a college student. I used that Turtle Tax Freedom Edition on my own the first time I did my taxes and got like $600 back. And so the next year I was like, okay, bet, you know, I'm a do this thing. And so I was already planning for a church and that kind of thing. And I'll say that in a minute. That next year I had reported that income and it said I owed $1,000, and I was like, who's finna pay that? Like where is it gonna come from? And so it scared me, and I didn't pay for years. But being a part of this community allowed me to come in contact with the people I needed to get that kind of business in order. And as I talk about playing the piano, I'm a musician by first love, and I've played in the church for, let me see, I'm trying to think how old I am. It's been 25 years, over 25 years. So when I think about that, if I had the education that I have now, there's no way I would not be a multimillionaire or a millionaire already, because I really essentially, without a car in high school, of course, but still I've been working a business or been a freelancer. And if I had known this information, I just would be so much further along. Since I've been in myEcon, I also was like super default on my student loans. My student loan payment right now is currently $0. And I'm grateful and am excited. And then my last testimony that I'm excited about is that, and my mother literally just said this in a meeting recently, about somebody who was talking about how they're skeptical. She said, honey, I am the biggest skeptic. And yet she's now in myEcon. I never would have imagined in my whole life, because my parents are pretty conservative. And the truth is that Mr. Thomas in the Little Rock area and Mr. Stokes have sat in a meeting with my father in Memphis years before I knew anything about myEcon. I came to learn about myEcon on my own, not from my dad, who had the co-founder sitting taking him to dinner. So the fact that I made a move first and then my mother made a move, my dad still hadn't made a move, that's, I appreciate this opportunity.
Awesome. What a wonderful testimony. I think I put something out about adjusting your gross income. And that's why income shifting helps in all areas, because before you know it, that adjusted gross income from what you're doing on your taxes has actually helped you get that $0 in forgiveness program that can actually lower those monthly payments. I just spoke with a lady that was paying over $700 a month. And I know what she needs to do to reposition herself. But like you just said, there are skeptics out there and some people that don't listen. But this is the day that we need to listen. And we need to share this information even to those who don't want to hear, because that's proof that mom, years down the line, dad's coming to, can see the proof in the pudding and become a part. So thank you for joining and telling us that testimony on this morning. We got room for one more powerful testimony. Who will that be?
Hello, Miss Pace. This is Lou Lambert.
Wonderful, Miss Lambert.
Share.
Go
How
ahead.
is everybody doing?
Doing wonderful.
I'm coming from a different point of view as a retiree somewhat. Sooner or later, you will look at retiring if you have not. I was listening to a program just this week when they said you should begin planning for retirement at the age of 35. To me, that is too late. I disagree. You should start begin at the age of 18. And myEcon is that vehicle that can help you. I've been a part of myEcon since 2005. And myEcon has put my family in a place of a comfortable retirement and continue to do so. I didn't drop myEcon after I retired because it is a strategy. It is a lifestyle. And one thing about myEcon, you don't have to change your lifestyle. You just adjust some things so that you can continue the lifestyle that you are accustomed to. So being able to take tax deduction, legitimate business deduction as a business owner, that is rewarding. So myEcon, hold on to it. I'm glad you guys are catching on. Continue to share to other people. Like I said, it is that vehicle, and the key word is strategy or strategies. That's what myEcon, that separate myEcon from so many other business or whatever, because it do not leave you out there cut and dry. We will have training, continue to update us on new ventures, new point of investment. It's just not a one thing cut and dry, but it is a lifestyle. So I am glad to be a part of myEcon. We'll continue to be a part of myEcon. Thank you.
Awesome. And since she put that out there, I'm sure she won't mind. I'm actually her tax preparer, and Ms. Lambert has so many deductions that are available to her and her husband, who are retirees, from year to year, that they end up paying in no taxes. Now, that's saying a lot for a retiree. You got to understand that our business fits everyone. And if you're single, you need it. If you are retired, or your children leave and you get to that age where you're married, filing jointly with no dependents, or you have you retired, listen, you're going to need to be able to offset that, because she could actually be like some of the other seniors I have who actually have to pay in a surmountable amount of taxes, and they just haven't put anything in place and feel they're too old to even try. So they just run up their tax bill. So we appreciate you, Ms. Lambert, for sharing from a different perspective, because this lets us know that anybody from 18, you said they should start at 18, anyone from 18 to life, to 100, can benefit from the income shifting strategies. Thank you very, very much for that testimony. Okay, guys, we are getting ready to move on to our first training. I hope you have enjoyed it so far. And I'm going to be up first with our training. I'm very, very, very excited to bring you this information. I can tell you that Miss Lambert is always on top of everything. She calls herself, she has dubbed herself the senior advisor of Team Vision. And so she's always looking. That's why I like a team effort, because all of us join in together, we are better together, right? So we are excited to actually have her on the team, because she brought something to light that I could go and study and share with us how myEcon has been on top of things. And if you are involved, you will actually see just how on top of things you are. Listen, being a member of myEcon, income shifting has many benefits. And some associates have not realized that we have been covered in our health and our wealth. You know, you hear that sometimes, healthy, wealthy, and wise. When we started in 15 years ago, we actually put things in place because we've always spoken to and always wanted to live to enjoy our wealth. Well, today's very short presentation is going to show us that we are in a great position even when it comes to our health. How many of you are familiar with your nutritional products? Okay, so I'm gonna give you a time to go to the chat and tell me if you are familiar with your nutritional products. I'm gonna just hold it up right there. So I'm gonna just be talking. I want y'all to participate because that's how you actually enjoy the ride. Okay, enjoy the ride. I'm gonna see how many of you on our chat are putting it in there. If you're familiar with your nutritional products, I want to see it over here in the chat. Yeah, we've got somebody. Yes, okay. Nicole is aware of the products. Anybody else aware of the products? We got about 27 folks online. Okay, a little bit. Anita says a little bit, but she needs to purchase them. Miss Sheila, she says me. Kim, me. Wonderful, yes. Okay, okay. Coach Allen, yes, he is familiar with our nutritional products. All right, that's enough of you. Continue to post. I am familiar. Well, we want to share with you today how those products can actually help you maintain your health during this outbreak of COVID-19. You possibly have not taken a look at this or even thought of it, but in case you haven't, we want to continue to share these little bits and pieces with you so that you can help yourself. So this presentation is about 5 ways nutrition can help our immune system, I misspelled it, fight off the coronavirus, okay? It's going to be very, very, very short and very plain to you. So let's get this first one up here. Okay, the coronavirus presents many uncertainties, and let me lower this. And one of them can completely. I'm sorry, not one of us can completely eliminate our risk from getting COVID-19. Okay, so you do understand that everybody is at risk. Now, let me put a disclaimer out there. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I just studied this information and been reading it since it came out. I'm sure some of you that's in the health field, you could give us details, but this is my little short version, okay, of a consumer who's just taking a look at things. One thing we can do, though, that I read is that we can eat healthy and nutritiously, okay? Catching the virus means that our bodies are responsible for fighting it off. Like any other disease, our bodies have to, that's what the immune system is all about, is what I understand is we have to stand up our antibodies and things like that, have to begin to fight on our behalf. And if your immune system is down or is low or has been attacked, then that's how we get sicker. Okay, if I'm wrong, y'all can correct me later. So micronutrients essential to fighting the infection includes vitamin A, B, C, D, and E, and the minerals, iron, selenium, and zinc will actually help get that done. So let's take a look at these vitamins and minerals. Very little, I'm giving very little information on this. First, vitamin A maintains the structure of the cells in the skin, respiratory tract, and the gut. This forms a barrier and is your body's first line of defense in fighting infection. Vitamin B, particularly B6, B9, and B12, contribute to your body's first response once it has recognized a pathogen. And these vitamins would be like security guards intercepting pathogens. Vitamin C and E help protect the cells from oxidative, I don't know, I could be saying that wrong, oxidative, I don't know. But anyway, stress. That stress leads to the product of free radicals, which can pierce your cell walls, causing the contents to leak into tissues and exacerbating inflammation, okay? Causing inflammation. Vitamin D helps destroy pathogens that cause infection. So your iron, zinc, and selenium are actually needed for our immune cell growth and other functions. Our iron kills the pathogens by increasing the number of free radicals that can destroy them. Zinc helps maintain the integrity of the skin and mucous membranes, and the selenium is the minerals found in Brazilian nuts, meats, cereals, and mushrooms that are good for us, and they assist in the fight with other minerals. Now look at your product. Some of you probably have not thought about this and have been slack concerning either buying a bottle, trying it, or so forth. I want to encourage you to go out and get your daily ultimate. I want to show you something. I'm going to release it from this presentation, and I'm going to show you how to get to your vitamin. I'm going to show you the ingredients in this daily ultimate, okay? Give me a moment here. I'm going to share my website with you guys. Okay, we are here. I think everybody sees your website. First of all, here's your website. Somebody don't even know what it looked like. But here, I want you to go to your products, all right? Go to your products. And I want you to go to the health and nutrition. That's where we're going to go. And then we're going to go right over here to Daily Ultimate. I want you to take a look at this Daily Ultimate. I took this Daily Ultimate and actually lost over 100 pounds when I took it. And it keeps me healthy as I take it right. Listen, look at what we have. We have 100% vegetarian. It contains over 200 nutrients, 150 natural occurring phytochemicals, all this other good stuff. But what I'm trying to get down to, people, is your nutrient glossary. Now, we just talked about certain minerals that we needed, okay? I want you to understand that the minerals and the vitamins are in this Daily Ultimate. There's your iron, your selenium is here, your zinc is here. We're getting to it. There's the selenium, okay? Then keep going. We're going to run up on our vitamins: A, B1, 12, 2, 3, 5, 6, A, D, E. Listen, all the way to zinc. How many of you actually knew what was in your Daily Ultimate? I want you to take a look at this because I thought it was important enough to actually share this with you, because this is the call that we said we were going to address the COVID-19, how it's affecting us, and how, as myEconers, we have what we need to help ourselves, even when it comes to our vitamins, okay? You see that? I see you, Renita. So look, here's your bottle. It's only $36.95. Now, what we used to have, some of y'all might need to get the 12 bottle case. You can save money. Everybody's so afraid. But look, you can get 3 bottles for $89.95. And you can do an auto ship. I used to do, or I do, an auto ship to my Daily Ultimate so that I can keep my family taken care of. We all take this Daily Ultimate. And I am just, yeah, it's an acquired taste. But listen, what I do is on the Daily Ultimate, you guys, I get it cold. I don't drink it hot. And I used to get the sample bottles every month because they could go with me anywhere, and I didn't never want to forget to take them, so I could throw them in my purse and then I could have them. But unfortunately, they discontinued those, and we're going to have to get the bottles. But I'm encouraging you today to go and get your Daily Ultimate. And listen, I will have a meme ready for you. Get that. I'm going to have a meme that I'm going to post so that you can share, and actually you can sell this product now, okay? Don't stop helping people understand things, okay? Don't stop your products. Now's the time that you can actually put your products out there and you can help build your business as well. But you know that the first thing you need to do is you need to take care of yourselves. So start taking care of your family right away. Okay. All right. So any questions about the daily ultimate? Any questions? Any questions or any comments? All right, guys, that's my little presentation on today. I am getting ready to move right along. I'm very, very excited. Y'all won't hear my voice anymore until the very end, but I have some, I'm sorry, I'll introduce our people, but I'm very excited about these two presenters that are coming today. They have been my rock. Chris was, I think, my first male that came in business with me, and so I'm gonna let him give a little his testimony as he comes on. But if you guys give me a moment, we're getting ready to talk about preparing for the aftermath, and let me get over here so that I can give him the free reins to go into his presentation and take over. Okay. All right, give me a moment. I think I changed the role. Make host, right, Chris? That's what I do. All right. I'm going to make him the host. And you are on, Chris. You're on mute, Chris. You're on mute.
Here we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good morning. Thank you, Ms. Pace, for introducing to me myEcon over 6 years ago. And, you know, I was in school and graduated and just thought, you know, I was ahead of my class, thought my life was great. But like you said, I think Renita said, you know, them taxes came in making, you know, good money. It didn't look good at the end. So, you know, that with student loan debt, my credit, just to let you real quick, you know, I got involved with myEcon, and then within a year, Ms. Pace, you could testify with that, you know, getting that cash flow increase, getting back money back on my refund, pay some debt off, and I was approved for a house in my own home, my own mortgage in my 20s. So that was a testimony, and like I said, ever since then, my life has been a change. I've been impacting people wherever I go with my testimony, and you know, and building people, changing lives. So I want to talk about here about the aftermath, and you know, my presentation will be talking about, you know, you get a presentation with saying that people really can make money with myEcon. While we here sitting at home and online like we're doing now, this is a new era. You know, a lot of things shopping online. So I'm gonna say, people, you really want to introduce this system because this is a proven system with people giving testimonies, and it can really help change people's life and stuff. So not only are we doing it, people are actually investing for their future, because we don't know what the economy is going on, and many people, you know, may have job hours may be cut. And so I'm going to talk about the compensation plan where you can really make some good money and be elevated within myEcon. And we do recognize our leaders in this company and reward you all. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And I'm going to talk about the compensation plan that we have and what makes it so good. And I'm going to go ahead and say it number one in the industry. All right. So hold on one second. Let's go my screen. All right, can y'all see my screen? All right, I see some heads. Yes, okay. All right, let me strip this right here so I can see. All right, so our compensation plan. Oh, somebody's messing. Good job. All right, so our compensation plan overview about myEcon, and I like about it because this really gives people opportunities for dirt cheap. Like you said, many people are paying, you know, hundreds of dollars. You know, the vesting, which was a tax write-up, but we are making this very affordable, especially during this time of this outbreak. And so many people can get in and receive over 80% back on their return on their money. All right, so everybody knows myEcon's normal enrollment price was $99.95. However, myEcon is currently offering a $70 discount on enrollment, which brings the enrollment price to $29.95. All right. Once you become myEcon, you are immediately executive vice president. Therefore, anytime you bring somebody, introduce the income seeker membership of myEcon to somebody, and they sign up with you, you will get $25 out of that $29.95. That is an 84% payout to you. Not only that, you can receive up to $24, you know, which is 80% percentage on your team. When somebody comes into the business that you introduced it, well, guess what? You're gonna get your $25, but also when they go do it, they get paid. But we also gonna allow you to receive additional pay. And I'm gonna talk more about that later. How myEcon is letting people get paid 5 times. Remember that, The power of 5, okay? Joe's gonna talk about that later, but 5 times, okay? So now, even upfront commission, that's $49 you get up front that you are doing anything. You just simply introducing, and once you get that person on board, they're gonna do the same, and myEcon's gonna pay you. myEcon pays executive vice presidents a $25 commission right at the bottom on every personal income sheet membership sale they make. This is making money online, okay? So here's an example, and I have a chart right here, and it's gonna be a good PowerPoint with some animation so we can follow along. So let's look at Bob. Bob joins myEcon for $20.95. He is enrolled as an executive vice president. Now, Bob, he sponsors Suzanne, James, Mary, and Tony. Bob's going to earn $25 for every income shifted membership sale he makes. Now, don't forget Suzanne, the brown haired girl right there, the woman. He just got $25 for Suzanne, James, Mary, and Tony. Okay, I got $25. Now follow along. Bob, because he just got Suzanne, James, Tony. All right, he made $25 a person. Bob just made $100. Look up here to the left. I want you to read this. Bob's personal enrollments are EVPs in his first generation. Bob earns $25 on all personal enrollments and earns overrides on new enrollments in all other generations. So I'm going to explain how we get paid the second way. The first way is we get paid personal for every new associate that we bring into myEcon with the income shifted membership. You will get $25. When they pay that $29.95, you are getting $25 of that, folks, okay? And that's you. Now, if you notice, look at this where it says second generation and third generation. I just have money sign, dollar signs, because we're going to pay you based on your rank. In myEcon, right up here at the top, EVPs will receive $1 for overrides. That's when your person you got, your person that you brought into the business, let's say Susie right here, remember her with the brown hair? When she go get somebody, she gets a $25. Let's say she got this gentleman right here. She got $25. Well, if you're EVP, you're going to get $1. If you're an EVP Gold, you would have got $3. If you're EVP Platinum, you'll receive $5, and Infinity in myEcon receives $7. And that's money. That's the second way you're going to get paid. It's called immediate overrides. When you bring somebody into the business, you already got 25%. That's $25, which is 84% of that $29.95. Not only that, myEcon is about building. We are a debt-free, technology-driven company, so we're growing. We have no debt that we're doing this, so we're investing back into you. The company is investing back to each individual. So not only that, when you got Susie, when Bob got Suzanne, all right, he got a 25. But let's say Suzanne got Frank, she got a 25. If you're EVP, you get $1. Once again, EVP Golds, we receive $3. Platinums receive $5, and Infinity's gonna receive $7. All right, and it goes on. Now, same thing. Let's say this guy gentleman right here. Let's say let's call him Richard. All right, let's say he go gets let's say Steve. Oh, here, Steve will be part of Bob's third generation. So it goes like this. Whenever you get somebody in your personally into myEcon, they are your first generation automatically. When Susan gets him, her first person, this person becomes your second generation. And when this person gets Steve becomes part of your third generation. myEcon will still pay you, folks. But at $29.95, you got paid $25 up front. You made at the minimum $1 from this second generation, and you made $1 additionally from this third generation. Now, if you EVP Gold or Platinum, which I'm gonna talk about how to get there, you get more money. So my main thing is during this outbreak going on where everybody's at home, start using social media as a platform to really build your business. Now, how we get paid the third way, okay? Look right here, monthly Dream Team residuals. If you're EVP, myEcon will pay you $1 a month for every person that you have personally in your generations from first to third, as long as they stay active. After 30 days, when they sign up to myEcon, 30 days later, they're gonna pay their $34.95, which is a tax write-off, okay? By them staying active and getting all the training that we're doing now, the virtual webinars we're doing, the in personal empowerment, the credit repair training that we're doing in our groups, the lower tax and things that we talk about, all the strategies that we're giving you, as they stand active, that's a way for you to generate a third way of getting paid with myEcon. You receive $1 each month for every active associate that you have on your team, okay? If you became Gold, you receive right here, you receive $3. Look at my mouse. you receive $3 a month per active associate you have. All right. If you're in platinum, you receive $5. And for affinities, they pay $7 per person. So we then got paid personal when upfront. We get general overrides when that person we just got into the business, when they go get their first person, you get another pay. Now, by don't stay after 30 days later, you're gonna receive Dream Team residual where you can get paid again on a monthly basis. That's what we talk about, having more money coming in each month. And what I like to say is, if you got residual bills, the car note, the electric bill, cell phone bill, that's getting sent to you monthly. Why not create an asset the way of streaming income that can give you paid monthly as well to take care of those residual bills? So Bob earns monthly residual team residuals each month that his members and his generation continue to pay for their monthly income shifting membership. That's the way that Dream Team residual is paid. All right, moving forward. Weekly overrides. So let's look at this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 ranks right here in myEcon. Everybody, when they sign up, is an EVP. You receive $1 when your second, third, your first, second, and third person has a personal associate to sign up on their website. You receive $1 payout. You haven't done anything. That's free money to you. All right. If you were a gold, you receive $3 every time somebody gets them a new associate on their team. If you're a platinum, it goes all the way from generation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You receive $5. Now, once you get Affinity and CEO, you can make $7 a person whenever somebody on your team gets somebody new to join myEcon to take part of our income shifting membership. You would get $7 the next week added to your account. And then you get even when you go into generational 6, you would get $2. So that's what we talk about, up to $24 of override that's coming up front, paid to you without you doing anything, okay? Now, product sales. Here's our fourth way of getting paid. I told you there's 5 ways. Joseph's gonna talk about the power of 5 as well, because 5 is a good number. So we didn't pay, number 1, personal recruits or associates that we refer somebody to the income shifting membership. When that person gets somebody, they get paid up front as well, but you receive an override. That's your second way. Our third way, keeping people active and doing our trainings and keeping their membership, their website active, just like you got Netflix subscriptions and Amazon subscriptions and stuff. Well, we got our myEcon income shifting membership that's helping us change their life every month, okay? That's the third way. Here's the fourth way. Ms. Page just talked about, hey, we got a daily ultimate by doing your product sales. Every product in myEcon has a CV price, a commission value. And so whatever that price is, when you personally sell it, somebody come to your website, one thing I like about the website, stores have closing hours, but the website is 24/7. They can order that and it'll be shipped to their house. You don't have to worry about overrides or anything. They go to your website, they buy a product, or they do a subscription. We got, like I said, we got credit repair. We have rent, mortgage, rent monitoring. You can do all the different things, credit monitoring, roadside assistance. But to just talk about the daily ultimate, but if that thing had let's say a CV value of $4, okay? Well, 50% of that means you receive $2 when somebody went on your website and they simply brought it, okay? Now, the fifth way, even when people on your team, generations 1, 2, and 3 for EVP, generations 1 through 4 for gold, look at platinum. Look at my column that says platinum. When it says generation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, all right, look at infinity, generations 1 through 6. This is your fifth way of getting paid, folks. You invested $29.95 one time, and look, here we go. You're getting paid the fifth way. When they go get anybody in your generation, when they make a sale, they would get their own 50%, but you're going to receive, as EVP, 3% of that. EVP Gold will receive 7% of that sale. Platinum will receive 10% of that sale, okay? So let's give an example. Let's say I'm a platinum. And my daily ultimate, let's say if it was $4, okay? Let's give an example. If it was $4 to CV, all right, if for personal, I will receive $2, because 50% of 4 is $2. Now, let's say somebody on my team had done that. They received their $2, okay? Well, then 10% of that, that'd be my 20 cents of what I made. But just imagine if I had 100 people, okay? And I made just 10 cents off 100 people or 1,000 people. That's money coming in that I have not doing anything that's coming in. And so that's what we tell people, folks, on this time, the economy will get back up and people will be spending more. But during this time, it is a very way for you to start making residual income now and be in position for when we transition back. So this is 5 ways for that $29.95 investment. We are putting you in position to make money up front and residual money monthly. And that's 5 ways to get paid. Now, here's a promotion criteria, okay? To become an EVP Gold, if you want to start making $3 a person on your team and $3 a month, all you need is 8 active people. Get 8 on your team, okay? If you want to be platinum, all you need is 50. To be infinity, all you need is 300, and CEO is 100. And I let Coach Joseph get later on talk about how we're going to help you get there fast. Now, myEcon, look, we're a company where we're not making one person do all the work. So let's say if you got one person on your team, and that person say, look, I'm a go-getter. I'm not waiting. I really want to make this money from home, especially when I'm at home all this time. They go get 10 people. Well, out of those 10 people, they going to get paid up front. But look, those 10 people they got, if you just sitting around, they're not going to count towards you, but we will let 5 of 8 people count towards your team. So there's an easy way to do this. The reason why we're doing this, you don't have to get 8 personal, but we encourage it, because when each person gets somebody, all you can do is count to 5 people, because we want them to get the money. We want them, the people that put the work in it and stuff, and promote like we do on social media. We've been sharing so much news about the virus things and different memes and jokes, how people go. But there's a way for you to start promoting your business, and that you can easily get 8 people in your team, and just like that, you are an EVP Gold. Only takes 8. What about 50? Hey, you and 5 people, you always strive to get 10 to become EVP Gold. You'll be 50 before you know it, and then you can start getting $5 on the general and $5 a month for everybody that's on your team. Let's say you have 50 people minimum on your team, and they decided to stay active each month. Well, you do 50 times 5, that's $250 that you receive on a monthly basis, folks. That's not including the money that you already got just that fast, okay? You got money up front, but now here's our 5th way: residual bills, residual money for everybody to stay active with their income shifting membership. Man, when I'm trying, I got goals. Look at that, infinities. Look at infinities and CEO. Just imagine 1,000 people, not by yourself, but as your team. 10 of y'all get 10, and these other get 10. Before you know it, you got 1,000 people. Now you're getting $7 per person a month. That's $7,000 check coming in. What can you do with 7,000? Hey, whatever, 250 or 500 or 1,500. Think about this: $7,000 coming in. That's more than some people making now. And all you doing this from your home, so you ain't got to worry about leaving and your home and doing things. You can really enjoy your lifestyle and pay off some debt, and ultimately start building your emergency funds. Okay. So before I finish, I like to put it right here in plain overview. I'm gonna give you a quick overview, and I'm done. If you look right here, this is my favorite part about the compensation overview. Remember, right here on says personal, at the top left, personal. When you got somebody to sign up, you get $25 and they become an EVP. Okay? You earn 50% on your personal sales. Look at here, at generation 1. Here's your 3rd way. When that person, anybody in your first generation, when they get somebody to come in, you receive $1. You receive 3% on their product sales, and you receive $1 a month, but as long as they keep their membership active. Let's jump over here to the EVP Gold column. It only takes 8. Surely I know 8 people in your timeline, or if you got 4 or 5 people, they can get 1. Hey, even if you got 4 people and they all got 1 more, hey, you right there automatically EVP Gold. You will still receive $25 in your personal associate that you bring into the company. Now, that person that you brought in because EVP Gold, when they get their first person, you would get $3 every time. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, all the way here. You still receive $3 up front the next week. Not only that, you receive 7% on their product sales and $3 a month, as long as they're active. EVP Platinums, all it takes is 50. Okay, where it says 50/20, that means one person. You only can count up to 20 people for one person. Some people are gonna be working that faster than you possibly. And so my thing is, you go ahead and put the work in, but we want everybody to be ranked, because we really want to pay out people, make sure they have a comfortable lifestyle. So as an EVP Platinum, not only you get $25 in your personal, when somebody in your first generation who's a part of your team now, when they get their first person, they get 25. Even though this is way over $30, you're gonna still get paid $5 every time somebody that's in your generation gets somebody into myEcon. You will get $5 override. All right. Not only that, you will make 10% on their personal sale, and you receive $5 a month. Look at that. You should be able to see this right here. It's going from left to right: EVP, EVP Gold, Platinum, Infinity, and the CEO Infinity. Every time you move, the further you move to the right, the more your payout increase. And everybody's gonna stay the same on personal recruit, but this is a bonus that we're giving out. Your extra 4 ways of getting paid, okay? You're getting paid as general overrides, which is $7. You're getting paid 13% on your team sales, and you get $7 a month. All right. So therefore, look, it's a win-win for me. If you can see that, I didn't put it in plain view. Ms. Pace, I'm opening up the mic so you can comment on that. So Joseph, anybody else, if you see it, I hope everybody understand that this is a way to really shift your income and really make some money so you can start building for times like we are right now in emergency. Just imagine people had $1,000, a couple thousand, you know, in their emergency fund. Many people don't have $300 to $500. But imagine right now, if they get 8 people, that's $200 up front that they just made and received by simply referring this system to people at this time to get people to become a part of myEcon so they can start changing their personal finances. I'm gonna open up the mics.
Okay. Chris, there was someone who missed, I want you to go back to your screen, and someone missed the 5 ways to get paid. I want you to go back to that screen on 5 ways to get paid. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, so if I understand this, what you were showing them is generation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are our 5 ways to get paid, and that requires building a team, a working team of people. Is that correct?
Well, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh no, that's just extra bonus. That means we're gonna give you we're gonna let you get paid five generations down the line. That means, hey, you may got somebody, but somebody may got someone else 5, 6 different times that you have no idea who they are around the US, and you still getting paid money. The 5 ways I'm talking about is when you get somebody personal to the business, you automatically get paid. That's your first way. When that person becomes a part of your generation, when he go get someone, he get his personal share, but you also get paid again. That's your second one. Okay. All right. Not only that, even when you go do a product sale, Daily Ultimate talked about, that's the third way you get on product sales. And when that person sells, you make another stream of money. If they make a sale, then your residual is your 5-way. Now, what I love about it, yes, you can get paid up to 5 times on that $129.95 investment. We would pay you 5 times down the line up to generation 5. So that means, hey, if you got somebody in the space, all right, that's your first person. Your person just got their own friend and cousin. It don't matter how it keeps going down to infinity, that you can still receive money when they help somebody get into the company because you was the person who referred that person first. All right.
Okay. And then I wanted to, I don't see anything in the chat, y'all. This is the time. I also wanted to be clear, right here on that compensation plan. EVP now is we get immediate residual income started when we enroll for $29.95. And how does that go? Did those who were marketing directors who were just kind of hanging out, are they now executive vice presidents? That's 2 questions. Okay.
Yes, they should be executive vice president. So look, when somebody's now the marketing directors who were, they should be immediately ready to go out and start making upfront money. When they go get their first person, that first person would get $25. They would get $25 for them, and that person would become part of their first generation. Okay.
Okay.
First generation.
So now, the good news about the new people that we are enrolling, they're already building residual income, right? They're in a position rather to build residual.
They understand. As soon as they get their first person, that's money up front. Next week, we pay out on Friday. We do direct deposit every Friday. So here's the thing about it. Soon as that person, I just got Miss Ashley in from Warren, Arkansas. Okay, so she's ready to go. Her first person she's bringing in, she's about to make $25 just like, okay? Now, and then she can move on. Then the person she referred, when they go get their first person, they're already in position as well to go get, let's say Miss Ashley, she got a dude named Steve. All right, she just received $25. Well, Steve go get John. Well, Steve just made his $25, but Ashley made an extra $1 because she's EVP. But let's say she already had 8 in her team. She would have received an extra $3. So I'm loving it because, based on $29.95, you can see everybody's getting over 100. I mean, your team, you're making way over 80%, and no other company does that. It's hundreds of dollars to start up, and then you got to make quota. We are not doing that. We're just saying, look, we're debt free. simply refer to people. We want to impact so many people's lives and get them part of the residual income or part of myEcon. And by getting them to take part of our income shifting membership, you're getting paid up front. And not only that, you're getting general overrides automatically.
Okay. Okay. And then I want to mention, what is it called? People during this time are being laid off, but they get a chance to draw. What is it they get a chance to draw, y'all?
Talking about the stimulus? Or you talking about unemployment? Or you talking about
Unemployment? That's what it is. I was just thinking when you said that this this is your unemployment pay. This actually can outgrow if we could ever change our mindset. I mean, anybody disagree, let me know. But your unemployment is not going to always be 100%, correct?
right?
Okay, so we're talking about in these times, perilous times, so to speak. But if we began to help ourselves and help others right away, we get a chance to build that residual income that comes in weekly, just like the unemployment does, right? And when that we're making our money, and we can outgrow the unemployment income. Is that correct?
Right. Can I share something, Ms. Pace? I heard that, you know, so many people are going to do unemployment that thing may crash. You know, so people trying to get in, so many. Then you found unemployment. How you going to be up there meeting and stuff, and you can't? We on self quarantine. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even make it. It's not say they would go out and stuff and shut down. You think the government's going to want to be open? Especially the government be open to doing things, and they the ones enforcing shutdowns. So you think about it, as long as we sit home, the stuff we're doing right now, people have the time more than ever. They say, well, I didn't have time. So many people say, you know, I had a busy schedule. I had this, I had work to do. Well, guess what? You got time now. That's why you're at home. So there's a better way to go ahead and start doing this now. So when we start building, when time go back up, there's gonna be people who's gonna say, hey, I want to, I got extra money, I want to become a part of this. Well, you already started. You started when things were low. So now you can go ahead and be on top when things get back up. So my thing, I tell people, don't get left behind sitting at home during this time. Don't let whatever this scare outbreak limit your income. Okay.
Okay. And I got one more thing. I just wanted to make sure they understood how many it took to be EVP Gold, EVP Platinum. And I'm just going to look at Gold, if you don't mind. That's 8 for EVP Gold. But that 5 means that, this is what I say too. The 5 means if I enroll you, I can enroll 4 more. That's going to be my 5. But I need to go back, and I don't need to go back. I just need to help the people. And the people we enroll need to help us help them go and grab 5 new members as well. And that's how we get to be gold. Like I can't recruit all 8 of mine personally, but those who are actually recruited with mine can recruit, and that'll make me gold. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and make it easy like this. Look, let's say you can't get 8, but let's say you get 4 or 5 people. That's it. Okay, you help each one of them just get 1 person like that. You know, you help them, you know, and support them and help them. You get your 8 right there as a team. Okay, that doesn't mean 8 by yourself, all by yourself. That means 8 on your whole team. So even if you only got 4 people and those 4 each get 1 person, what's 4 plus 4? That's 8. You are now EVP Gold immediately like that. Okay. Same thing when it goes to be platinum. All it takes is 50. Let's say you have 5 people. I mean, at least let's say you didn't get, but you got 5. And those 5 got 5, all right? Or those 5 got 10. Here we go. Now you are considered a platinum because you got a total team of 50. All these numbers are here. Look, we don't want you doing no 800, 300, 50 people all by yourself. This is talking about your team. This is talking about the people that you help bring in, and we helping them. So as they work and do the things like that, that helps you grow as well.
Okay.
Nobody's alone in this space.
I got you. Okay, that's kind of all I wanted to say.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, pass it back over to you.
Okay.
All right. All right. Let's see where I go to. You have the control yet?
Let me see if I see it anywhere. I don't see it coming to me yet.
1 second. Who can share on the post? Okay, let me go back to you. Hold on.
All right, you guys, as he's doing
There you
that,
go.
if you have, okay,
You're the
reclaim.
host.
You are host now. Okay. All right. So guys, as we have are moving on to our next, we want to make sure that you understand the compensation. Sometimes you we know that you say, hey, you know, I don't want to sell, I'm not trying to sell, but we're trying to help you during this time and trying to let you know that you have been in position, or you are in position to build you some income, and man or the government, the president, does not dictate or have to dictate to you how you're going to survive at this time. You guys need to get that. You need to have that mindset, because we're going to be eating off the land. We're going to have to depend on one another. And instead of walking in fear, guys, we not only do we walk in faith, but faith without work is dead. Anybody agree with me on that? Y'all can say amen if you do. Faith without works is dead. And so you have the key. So you need to put the key in, unlock it, and go to work, because you have been positioned to dictate your own economy during this crisis. We can still do that. I wanted to share, as we get ready to go to our next presenter here, I wanted to share with you that the reason we're calling this aftermath is because there are things that are not going to change. For instance, we may have this opportunity to lower our interest rates, our houses, refinance our houses. We might can go buy cars. Our student loans will be lowered on their interest and things of this nature that they're trying to do. You might get a stimulus check. But guys, here's the thing that does not change. The things that are not going to change is your budget, your investing, your credit, unless you make an effort. And also some of those requirements are still going to be there. If you wanted to buy a home, right, you're going to need to still, they ain't going to give you no house. I can't see the industry coming in and say, hey, I'm going to give away 20 million houses, no matter what your debt to income ratio look like, no matter what your credit looks like, no matter what your savings account looks like, no matter what your bank account looks like. Hey, because of the coronavirus, we are giving you a house. I do not see that happening. If you see it happening, you're a bigger prophet than I am, and you've read more. So this is why this is the call that pays, because you are in position to help yourself during this crisis, okay? So I'm getting ready to introduce our next presenter. This will be our final presenter for today. We appreciate you for hanging on. Stay in there. You don't want to miss not one thing. It's a sacrifice, but you need to be in this sacrifice. Listen, our presenter today is a young man that was recruited by Dr. Chris Allen. It just shows what type of person or human being that Dr. Allen is, to recruit such an awesome, smart, intelligent, professional young man like himself, all the way from Cleveland, Mississippi, who is EVP Gold. I give to you Building Business in a Crisis by Mr. Joseph McKee. All right, come on, put y'all hands together and bless him now. All right. Listen, I'm going to give this over to Mr. McKee so that he can make him host, and he can go forward with our final training on today. All right, you ready?
I think you got Chris as the host.
I got Chris as the host. I thought sure I hit your name right there. Okay, reclaim host, that was me. Now I'm gonna go up here. I got Chris. All right, just a moment. I found Chris. See, Chris is up on me all the time. Let me read Joseph. Guys, give me a moment. Mr. McKee, there, Coach McKee, there he is. All right, I got you now.
Yes, ma'am, I got it. Thank you for that lovely introduction. Thank you, as always, for the opportunity to present and train and share what I hope to be some valuable information to those that are part of Team Vision, those that are part of myEcon, looking to improve their personal financial successes, as well as help other people. And so I only have about 6 or 7 slides. So this is a nice, short, compact presentation, but it is kind of how we're going to bring together everything that we've already heard this morning. Ms. Pace started us out. She gave us a great presentation, told us about myEcon, told us the purpose of myEcon, gave us her personal testimony as it relates to her association with myEcon and the things that she's been able to do. And then we were able to follow that up with a few other personal testimonies to talk about the tools, the benefits of being associated with myEcon and using the income shifting membership and the strategies that are enclosed, and how each one of those particular strategies that Ms. Pace laid out in the presentation, how they have impacted people in different ways, shape, and form. So we talked about taxes, how the credit has improved, how investment has improved, how people have been able to generate more cash flow and things of that nature. So we had that in the testimonies. And then we got Dr. Allen to come on, and he told us how myEcon not only set you up to take care of your personal finances by addressing those issues, but he told you how you can take care of your personal finances by actually sharing that information with other people. And so Chris laid out 5 ways that we could get paid through this activity. All right, so the great thing is these things set us up perfectly for the time that we're going through right now, because we are in times of uncertainty. We are in a time of crisis. We are in a time of what I like to call some orchestrated chaos. Mm-hmm. And because we're in times of orchestrated chaos, a lot of people don't know how to react. They don't know how to respond. And so we start to do things that are not normal. And we see this with people buying things, going to the stores and stuff like that. But here's the reality of it. At the end of the day, this thing is going to impact us. There are going to be people who are affected, who are not infected, if that makes sense. And that simply means people who don't have the virus will still have their lives turned upside down. And because of that, it's not that we're exploiting this. We're really using it and showing people that this is an opportunity. In times of chaos and crisis, you have the opportunity to develop and produce something that is great and far beyond. And so because so many people will be affected, people will need solutions. And that leads us to what we're trying to do right now, which is how are we going to build a team in a crisis so we can help not only ourselves, but the other folks around us that will be affected via COVID-19. So let me share my screen, and I've got a presentation here that I want to do. Now, you're gonna, when we go through this short presentation, I want to bring something to your attention. All right, so we're all a part of Team Vision. And one thing that Ms. Pace does is she gives us training on our finances, the tools. That's why she's a 15-year expert in credit and taxes. She knows investing, she knows cash flow strategies, all of those things. So she leads us in a private Facebook group for Team Vision. Now, I'm over here talking about learn and earn because we're talking about building a business. So this is one of the benefits of associating and becoming a part of Team Vision. We're going to help you with the financial strategies, but then we're here to also help you build business income. Because if we don't help you build business income, then the presentation that Dr. Allen just did for us won't be beneficial at all. So we've got to help you get to EVP Gold, so the best way for us to do this is to lay out that we all can use, that we all can actually participate in, and assist each other in duplicating. So we've got building a business during a crisis. We're going to talk about the Power 5. So before we do that, we got to remember the basics basis of what we're doing. And it's all about holistic financial game plan. So what we're really offering people during this time is how do you position yourself to take care of yourself right now, but also how do you position yourself to emerge from these circumstances, and so you will be prepared in the event something like this happens again. So it is important that you understand the income shifting membership and the 5 cash flow strategies and skills associated with it. All right. So you got to know that, because this is a part and this is a foundation for you building your team. You got to know what it is that you are marketing and what the solution is that you're providing. So you got this holistic financial game plan that's got 5 cash flow strategies that have already been laid out. So I'm not going to do that again, but we really want to make sure that we're able to convey to people right now about the IRS W-4 tax training, how they can get themselves a pay increase in the event that they're able to go back to work, because people need their cash right now in this time of crisis. Number 2, we want to talk to people about minimizing their taxes. Even though there's some people that are happy with a refund, we got to know that some of those people have already spent their refund. We've also got to know that there are some people out there that don't get refunds at all. And so they need to be able to understand the benefits of minimizing their taxes, as well as for the purpose of Pell Grants, lowering the cost of your student loans that you got to pay back. All of those different things, you need to understand the benefits of minimizing taxes, because guess what? There are some people right now that could use a tax refund instead of having to pay in. So we got to be able to provide this solution. Number 3, we got to talk to people about eliminating debt. Now, there are some people out there that don't have a problem with their taxes. They don't have a problem with the amount of money they make. But guess what? Right now, debt is really holding them down. They're really not in a position to take care of everything that they need to do right now, nor are they in a position to build an emergency fund to help them emerge from these circumstances. So they need to understand how to position themselves to eliminate their debt. Ms. Pace talked about this. That bad credit is still going to be there. That credit score is still going to be there. It's still going to prevent people from being able to get houses, from being able to get cars, from being able to possibly be able to get necessities that they need to take care of themselves. So right now, building credit, using time wisely to build that credit, you can offer people that solution. And then the final thing, investment education. We got a lot of people around here right now being told to dump their money in the stock market. Now, I'm not an investment expert, but what we really need to be telling people is to get some investment education before they just start dumping their money into the stock market. Why? Because people can't really afford to lose their money right now. We don't know how long we're going to be in these circumstances. They're talking about 18 months. So, excuse me for 1 second. Excuse me. I know we're live right now. I got some busy bodies around my house. I need you all to take it to the back. All right, thanks. All right, so we got 5 cash flow strategies and skills. We got holistic financial game plan. So you got to remember that, because this is what you're going to do. One of these 5 is something that you can use to actually gain the attention of a potential associate. So you need to know these 5, all right? So that's what you are marketing right now. This is what you're going to use to build your team, to establish some type of relationship, because you can't just go out there and say, hey, come on, get this membership.
See.
No, you got to be able to make that connection with people, all right? Because right now, people are very skeptical. They've already been skeptical. I'm trying to get the word out. I can't get it out. They've already been a little leery of things that are placed in front of them. People are real scared right now, so they're being told to just save their money. People are told that they won't be able to go outside for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks. They don't know. So people are in an uproar. You got to be able to make that connection. And the connection is rooted in you knowing what it is you are trying to offer to people. All right. So understand the membership purpose. And remember now, it's $34.95. So right now we're telling people that they need to make an investment in themselves to position themselves to be able to come out of this on top financially.
Mm-hmm.
Again, now people are real skeptical about spending the $34.95. So we got to give them a reason, and the foundation is rooted in the income shifting membership. So now you want to build a team. And so if we're talking about building a team, Dr. Allen has already covered this, but I want to do this because we got to go back to the basics before we can get to building. Sometimes we forget the basics of what we're supposed to be doing. So I just want to refresh you. You want to build a team. Why? Because of the upfront commission that you can get weekly, the potential. We got $250 a week, all right? If you get $250 a week and you multiply it times 4 weeks, that's $1,000. Now they're talking about giving you a stimulus check of $1,000, maybe $2,000, maybe $3,000. Ask yourself, how far is that $1,000 going to go when you're still going to have to pay taxes on the food that you buy? When you're still going to have to deal with inflation, because believe it or not, gas may be going down, but the price of other things are still going up. So you're still going to have to pay. So $250, that $1,000 stimulus check one time won't do you as good as setting yourself up to get $250 every week. So I want you to think, this is why you want to build a team, because you can now get paid every Friday. You don't know when you're going to go back to work. Here's a way to ensure that you can still get paid while you're not working. All right.
Mm-hmm.
The other reason you want to build a team is because of the overrides, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Allen talked about the overrides.
Mm-hmm.
What that really means is you are getting leveraged income. So you're going to do something yourself personally to get you $25, but then you want to be able to help other people get their $25, and as a reward, you're going to get leveraged income every week, immediate overrides, anywhere from $1 to $7 based on your rank. So again, if you look at the potential, if you're looking at the potential, you have the chance to generate you some nice upfront weekly commission and then some leverage weekly commission simply by introducing people to the membership and helping them to do the same. We're building a team. And the third reason you want to build a team is for the residual income potential. Again, based on your rank, you're going to get anywhere from $1 to $7 every month based on your active membership. So imagine this time you're sitting at home and you're trying to figure out where your next paycheck is going to come from, how you're going to be okay during these times. And remember now, they're telling people to not go out. So if you can't go out, you got to figure out another way to position yourself to make your money. And so what you want to do is you want to take advantage of what we're offering you with myEcon. Use that membership for yourself and then start building you a team. So you got 3 reasons to build this team. Upfront weekly commission, immediate overrides, which is leverage income, and then the residual income potential that you'll get every month. All right. So now now that we know why we want to build a team, now that we understand the foundation for building a team and the membership, how are you going to do it? So we want to give you a simple framework that will allow you to go out and accomplish something that we want you to do. And that is, we want you to get to EVP Platinum. We want you to get to Platinum, right? But in order to get to Platinum, you got to get to Gold first. And then get Gold to become an EVO. And then you got to start doing some things in order to get yourself to those next levels. So we're talking about the power of 5. And the reason we're talking about the power of 5, if you go back to what Dr. Allen talked about as it relates to getting promoted to EVP Gold, it takes you 8 people, but you can only have 5 on your leg. You can only have 5 personally recruited. That's the max. So we're talking about the power of 5. We're talking about the power of 5 because we want you to position yourself to get not only the $25, but we want you to get the immediate overrides. We want you to get the residual income. And so we want you to get the most that you can possibly get. And in order to do that, we've got to teach you a system. So the power of 5 is all about 3 things: prospect, peak and pass, and presenting. All right? Prospecting, peak and passing, and presenting. Now, each one of those activities has something specifically associated with it. All right? Now, I want to go back and refer to this as well. We want you to get to platinum. So platinum requires that you have 50 people. Again, Dr. Allen just laid out, I think the max that you can have is 20. All right? So the max that you can have is 20. So you can get to platinum by getting to 50 associates. And if you get to 50 associates, if I'm not mistaken, at platinum, you're being paid $5 per active membership, and 5 times 50 is $250. So I want you to think about that. $250 in residual income per week or every month. So you're in a position to get this residual income every month, all right? So how do we do this? Well, if you look on the slide, we've got prospect 50 people. We want you to prospect 50. And I know 50 may seem like a lot, but when you start to break it down, some of us have 5,000 Facebook friends. So if you got 5,000 Facebook friends, 50 people is only 1%. I want you to think about that. You're talking about 50 people out of 5,000. So those 50 people you can actually prospect. As a matter of fact, you prospect people every day because you have certain conversations. You discuss certain things. You'll call a friend up and say, did you hear this? You'll inbox somebody and say, hey, have you seen this? We see it all right now as it relates to COVID-19. We're prospecting people every day trying to figure out what they know about this virus. All right. So we're asking you to do the same thing over here. Number 2, once you prospect the 50, the goal is to peak and pass 15 of those people off. Now, how are you going to peak and pass those 50 people off? After you've already figured out about these, you prospect 50 people, you'll be identifying about 15 of them that you're going to be able to say a few things to. Have you heard of the Learn and Earn movement? Have you heard of Team Vision? Have you heard of Income Shift? You see, have you heard of the My Credit System? Have you heard of the Cash Flow Manager? Have you heard of the Daily Ultimate? You see, these are things that you can ask people, especially right now. And I got a few other things that you're going to be able to say to people to peak and pass them on. All right. But you got some follow-up phrases here that we have you to say. I just found out financial strategy. I just found out about a home-based business. I just found out about debt elimination. I just found out how to minimize taxes. You know, things like this. I have found out right now how you can make an extra $250 every Friday during this COVID-19 crisis. You see? So you peak and pass, you ask them that question, or you say these things to them, and when they say, no, I haven't, now we're asking you to pass them to one of 2 places. The learnandearnmovement.com, there's going to be a video, or we're going to ask you to pass them on to another leader, like Miss Pace, like Dr. Allen, like Miss Lambert, like Miss Renita, like myself, like any one of us right now. If you're not comfortable, then you can pass them on to one of us more seasoned associates. But what you want to do is you want to prospect, identify a group of people who you think would be in a position. You just have a conversation, and based on that conversation, you're going to then follow up with, say, well, you know what, have you heard of this? And if they say no, then you can come back and then you want to pass them on. Well, you know what? Let me pass you on some information. Let me share this with you. And let me ask you, you got about 5 minutes to watch this video? You pass them on to learnandearnmovement.com, or you can pass them on to another associate leader. Now, when you pass these people on, what you're really passing them on to is a presentation. So of that 15, You're going to do a follow-up, and you're going to ask them, do you have time, things like that. You're going to do a follow-up with them, and then and you're going to present to 5 of them. The goal is to get to 5, because if you can get to 5, remember, 5 is what's going to get you the EVP goal. We're trying to get you the goal. So if you can get 5 people in front of a presentation, whether that be a video, whether that be a Zoom meeting like this, whether that be with a one-on-one with a leader, if you can get them in front of a presentation, now we're in a position to close. And when we close, we can enroll. How do we do the presentations? What are you guiding them to? One of these right here, a presentation called Facebook webinar, cash flow calls. We're not doing home parties right now, not face-to-face, but you can do them virtually. All right, you can do them virtually. We're having training events just like this, Super Saturday trainings. We're not doing any, so what I'm saying is this, although we're not doing anything in person, you still can have these different presentations, all right? So we want to prospect 50, we want to peak and pass 15, and we want to present to 5, and then close and enroll them. That's the power of 5. We want you to focus on getting to gold, because you can't get to platinum if you don't first get to gold. All right, so very simple approach. 3 P's, right? Prospect, peak and pass, and present. Any questions? We got a lot of activity over there in the chat room. So let me just see something. Right, no home parties. Yeah, so let's interact and engage with each other. So I'm good. That's so no questions. So remember we talked about prospecting, right? Prospecting about 50 people. Who's in your market? Well, right now I got about 5 groups of people right here. Employed, entrepreneurs, credit challenge, college students, self-directed learners. But in reality, everybody is in your market now. You prospect anybody, people, but folks in all of these groups can be prospected. People that are employed are now being told to go home for a couple of weeks. Some folks can get paid leave. Some people are unpaid leave. People have to apply for unemployment benefits. And notice the word apply. See, the devil is in the details. The word applied means that someone has to approve you to get them. That means everybody won't get unemployment benefits. All right? We're talking about a stimulus check, where you still got to meet certain qualifications in order to get the stimulus check. So employed people right now are in a very bad spot, because the other piece is some that are being told to go home won't be allowed to return because their jobs will no longer be available. All right. We got entrepreneurs, people that already have businesses. Some of their businesses are suffering. Why? Because they have traditional business models. They have things that require inventory. And so now with the shipping limitations that are being placed, they can't get inventory. With the limitations being placed on people for gatherings, they can't have people at work. They can't make money. So entrepreneurs are in your market. The credit challenge people. Ms. Pace just told you, credit is gonna be there. You still gotta get approved. Even though the interest rates are 0, you gotta prove yourself credit worthy to get that 0% interest rate. So the credit challenge people are in your market. College students, oh my goodness. If you don't understand the ramifications of this, I work at a community college. The students can't come back to the campus. We're doing online learning. Every student doesn't have access to the technology, to the internet. Some of those students are going back home to parents who have been told to stay away from their jobs. Some of these students won't be returning back to college because they won't be in a financial position to do so. So guess what? They need to embark on a different path. They need to learn new skills. They need to learn different ways to generate some income. So college students. Then you got self-directed learning. You got some people now that's just itching to find a way. You know what? This is perfect for me. You got some folks that have been introverts all their lives. Social distancing is not an issue for them. They're looking for another way to make some money. Why? Because the stock market not doing too good for some people right now. You know, they too are entrepreneurs. They have some businesses that can't generate income for them. There's some self-directed learners who probably have some bad credit. There's self-directed learners who may be college students as well. So we got some people that want to learn something new. They want to do something new, but they just haven't been presented or prospected, and they haven't been peaked and passed on to a presentation that will close them out. So these are the groups of people that are in your market, and you can prospect at least 50 of them. All right. So peaking and passing. What to say now? COVID-19, when it comes down to myEcon, we asked the question, have you heard of income shifting? You know, we talked about our taxes. Do you overpay in taxes? Did you get a refund? Does your credit need to be improved? Do you need to build an emergency fund? Would you benefit from investment education? All right. We always talk about, would you be interested in working from home? Those things are great, but we got to be able to make a connection with people. And right now, COVID-19 is a topic that is on everybody's mind. So you got to be able to use that as a way of establishing a relationship. So here's some of the things that I would say, or I would ask somebody right now when I'm when I'm prospecting. All right, because this is what you can say when you're prospecting and peaking and passing. All right, are you affected by COVID-19? What's going to be the answer for most people? Yes. People are going to say, yeah. And then you can come and follow up. So your kids out of school due to COVID-19. We see right now, kids are out of school until the middle of April. Some folks, kids not going back to school until May. All right. But these are things that people are going to say yes to. So you're kind of guiding the conversation. Have your work hours been impacted by COVID-19? When people say yes, this now leads you to an avenue of asking them about, well, could you benefit from a way to make money every Friday? You see, you're opening yourself, you're having a question, you're actually leading them to where you want them to go. You want them to take you right to, hey, have you heard of income shifting? Have you heard of myEcon? These are the things that are associated with COVID-19 that's going to lead you there. Number 4, are you prepared for social distancing? That's a key word. Those are key words right now that are being thrown out there, and we can see there are a lot of people not prepared for it. Social distancing is a skill that is going to be required if you want to emerge from this thing financially successful. You've got to be able to make money from home. You've got to be able to do things without being in contact with people. So most folks aren't prepared for social distancing. So
Ms. Pace, let them know it's lagging.
the next thing you want to ask right is, you afford to miss a paycheck? No. People cannot afford to miss a paycheck. And so again, it leads you to be able to follow up with something else. And the last one, do you have another income? Now, when I'm talking about another source of income, most people are going to say, no, I don't. Or they're going to say, yeah, I got another job. Or they're going to say, yeah, I'm waiting on my stimulus check. All right. And so at that point, you go back and you discuss with them, or you have a further conversation. Well, The stimulus check is only going to be for $1,000 or $2,000. How long is that going to last you if we're doing this for the next 18 months? They're talking about 18 months, right? So think about that. We're talking about all the way until next year before they saying we can kind of resume life. If that's the case, that $1,000 to $2,000 is not going to go that long. Number two, if they're talking about another source of income, well, if they're telling people they can't gather, that means not only is job number one going to stop you from coming, but job number two is going to stop you from coming. So that source of income is going to be thrown out the window. Some people may say, well, yeah, I got me a business. I sell this, this, and that. Well, if FedEx isn't delivering, if Amazon's delivering, then you got physical products and things that you really can't get out to customers. So we've got to be able to ask the right questions right now as it relates to COVID-19. And these are just a few of the things that you can say that will allow you to then shift somebody on or pass them on to a presentation. Because when they say, yes, my kids are out and I've got to get more food and I don't know what I'm going to do, my job hours have been cut, you can say, you know what? Let me invite you to this webinar. Let me invite you to this presentation where you can learn how to make you an extra $250 to maybe $400 a week from home. And at the same time, work on getting your credit together, work on being able to have cash coming in every week. So when you need to get food, you need to pay off your bills, you need to start building your emergency fund, you can do those things. So these are just a few of the questions, a few of the things that you can say to somebody when you're peeking and passing them on to a presentation. All right. Now, how does this work as it relates to the road to platinum? So we gotta, if we want to get to platinum, we gotta enroll people. So this is where you do the 3 P's. So the first thing you want to do is enroll: prospect, peak and pass, and present. Prospect 50 individuals, peak and pass 15, present to 5, close them out and enroll. Once you enroll them, the key is to train. All right. There are a lot of people that fall off because they don't receive the proper training. They don't receive the proper leadership. All right. So we're here to tell you right now that we have proper leadership. We have great leadership. Ms. Pace is leading us. She's helping Dr. Allen, myself, Ms. Lambert, Ms. Lucky, Ms. Miles, a whole bunch of us. She's helping us not only with finances, but to become leaders ourselves. And that's what we want to do. We want to position ourselves to be leaders so we can train. What are you going to train on? Well, first and foremost, you got to train on the basics, and that is the income shifting membership. So you make sure once you enroll somebody, you get them and you point them in the direction to train them on that income shifting membership. That's what we have the Team Vision page for. Team Vision page is all about training us how to use that membership, how to minimize our taxes, how to get the W-4 right, how to create a budget and a plan for eliminating debt, how to go about understanding the investment terminology, how to use their cash flow strategies, how to do everything that we need to do to maximize that income shifting membership. The daily ultimate vitamin. I found out things today about that vitamin. Now I need to go and order it so I can start taking it for myself and my wife. All right, so we can start to get this stuff done. So we need to train on the income shifting membership. And the next thing as it relates to training is we got 3 Facebook groups associated with Team Vision. All right. So we got the Team Vision Facebook group page where we're going to get that financial education, that training on the income shifting membership. Then we got Crushing Bad Credit, where Ms. Pace, a 15-year credit specialist, is leading that group and helping us with and providing additional coaching and training in addition to what we have in that My Credit system. And then we got the Learn and Earn group where we're revamping that, and it's all about building your myEcon business. So we got 3 places to train. You choose which one you want to be trained in. If you don't need the credit, that is fine. You don't have to go in there. If you're not interested in building a team, then guess what? You don't need to go in there. But it's going to defeat the purpose. You want to go into each of those groups. Why? Because we don't know how this stuff is going to turn out. So you want to make sure you're in those groups so you can then turn around and make sure that anybody that you bring in, anybody that you enroll, you train them to do the same thing. All right. And then once you train, you want to replicate. All right. Most people say duplicate. I want to say replicate because in reality, you want to do 1 and 2 right so somebody else can go out and do the same thing. So all we're doing is positioning people to replicate a study. It's just like working on a dissertation or any type of educational study, any type of clinical study. You want to do some things. You want to lay out a process. You want to lay out a step-by-step guide. So when somebody comes behind you, they can go and follow the same system, the same setup, and they should be in position to see similar results. So when we talk about replicate, you really want to just assist your new associate with the first 2 components. So I like to call this ETR, enroll, train, and replicate. So use the 3 Ps, you train on the membership, and then utilize those Facebook groups, and then you replicate by helping the new associate to do number 1 and number 2. All right. So now I want to show you I went back to my board, and I use my whiteboard, and I just want to show you how this works. So we're talking about the power of 5, right? And we want you to focus on that 5. Why we want you to focus on 5? Again, this is going to help you get to gold, but it also positions you to get to platinum. So how do we get to platinum? Well, we're going to just do math, all right? So we got 1 times 5. That is equal to 5. That's you. You're a new enroll. You're an EVP, and you come in and you immediately, you prospect those 50. You peak and pass the 15. You get the 5 to the presentation, so you close them out and enroll. So you got your 5 people, all right? So now you've done the first component. You've enrolled. The next thing you want to do, so in that week time, you've enrolled those people, you've gotten them acclimated to the income shifting membership, you've exposed them to the 3 Facebook group, and guess what? They then replicate what you did. So now those 5 get 5, and now you got 25. So what's happening is this: you've got a total of 30 people already, but you just helped 5. And now what's happening? Those new 25 people should be replicating exactly what you've done. Why? Because the 5 individuals that you brought in replicated what you did. So now we've got a system of replication that is happening. So when those 25 go out and do the same thing of prospecting 50, peaking and passing 15, and then presenting to 5 and enrolling, closing and enrolling, that's going to give you 125. So now we're at 5 plus 25, which is 30. 30 plus 125, which is 155 people. All right. So we're at 155 people. And at that point, we're at platinum, right? Because platinum only requires 50. So at this point, we're at platinum. And when you're at platinum, you're paid $5 in overrides, and you're paid $5 in residual income. So even if you just stayed at platinum and everybody stayed active and you got 155 people, well, if we do the math, 155 times 5 gives us $775 in residual income. So we're talking about every month. So if someone is waiting for a stimulus check of $1,000, that's one time. We're talking about $775 every month. So we're just talking about you getting to platinum. Remember, platinum only requires 50. If you get to the 50, now you're at the $5 rate. And at the $5 rate, guess what? That's $250 a month. So I see we got some comments right quick. Let me make sure. Okay, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Let me get it done. All right, so this is what I wanted to show you. This is how it looks. Now, one final thing, we can see this is happening in 5. So level, this could be, I'm sorry about, I think my screen got cut off. All right. So I hope you all can see my screen. I'm about done with this. This could be day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Or this could be week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. Or month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5. But we can clearly see that if this cycle repeats itself at least 3 times, we're going to get to platinum. If this cycle repeats itself 4 times, we're going to get to infinity. And 5 times, we're talking about CEO infinity. So it's right there. You have the opportunity to get to 50 by simply using the power of 5 strategy: prospecting, peaking and passing, and then presenting. All right, that's all I have. I thank you all for hanging in there and spending time with me. Yeah, I went over. I do apologize.
Oh, that, just a minute. That is not you. That is not you. I'm reclaiming the host, but that is actually because after having everything together this morning in advance, probably almost an hour, my technology failed me, and I was unable to get on in time. But I want to say that we definitely appreciate what you said, and listen, for everything that's been taught today. Sometimes we gotta learn to be patient. That, you know, I hate to always be this type of person that say that, but that's who I am. Sometimes that's why we're not building. That's why our finances are no better, because they're not any better because we don't have the time, okay? Or we put a time limit on when it happens. When I say that, I want to say we put a time limit on when our credit is to be done. I have customers that if it doesn't work for them right away, they think that we haven't done the job and they'll go somewhere else. Sometimes when people haven't made the breakthrough that they want to make being a part of myEcon, they lack that patience to actually learn and to practice and to keep practicing. Listen, that takes time. So does the training take time, because this is the call, or this is the time that we are open for questions, and we make sure that you understand what we are talking about. So when you leave this call, guess what we say in church? You don't leave the same way you came, okay? So listen, I want to take the time to open up your lines, take a few of you. If you have any questions, if you have a comment, we're going to move swiftly. We're almost to 12:30. Make a very short comment. Have a question. We're going to answer that very quickly in a timely manner. But we dare not come and make this sacrifice and then be unfinished. So you can open up your lines and ask anything that you need to ask at this time. Do we have anybody who needs to ask a question at this time? Anybody? Anyone? Or do you have a comment? We would love to get your feedback really quick.
Good afternoon. Do you hear me? This is Scott.
Okay. Yes, sir. I hear you. Mm-hmm.
In reference to what he stated about unemployment,
Mm-hmm.
I am a very good example of that. I worked at FedEx 17 years, and as you know, sometimes jobs come to a conclusion with or without our assistance. But after 17 years, they denied my unemployment. So I'm just saying, like you were stated earlier, you have to be approved for unemployment. And I can guarantee that they are looking for any way, any type of way to keep from approving you of your unemployment. So I didn't have the information then, but it's a good thing to be prepared for the answer no when it comes to a lot of things, because these companies now getting to the point to where they don't owe you anything, and we get this misconception about what people owe us. or what is due to us because we served the company for 17, 30, 40 years. But the attitude is getting now, these places are saying, well, we served you too by giving you money and paying you for your services over that course of time. Now, we didn't tell you not to have a financial education, to not be able to go out and make investments that were going to debilitate you being in a certain situation if you should lose this job. So like myEcon states, they're putting a lot of companies now are putting a lot of responsibility on their employees. I think we had a training one time where that's what the thing was by pensions. They're turning it over to you to get to your knowledge of investments and things of that nature, because they really don't want to have no responsibility for you after you can't work for them. Those days are a thing of the past. They're not going to, even with Social Security, anything, before you sitting at home and companies taking care of you and thinking that, 30 or 40 years and you did such a great job, those days are a thing of the past.
Okay.
So that's what I just wanted to comment on, especially specifically about the unemployment, as he has stated.
All right, thank you. All right, lines are open. Any comment or question?
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay. I was wondering, for those employees who are still employed but still can't go to their jobs, for the W-4 form, can we still, we can still offer that strategy to them, right? They still should be able to put that in and get that accomplished, and money should still come in even though they can't go back to their jobs. I don't know, that question just came up. I was wondering about that.
Okay, actually, those that are employed, nothing should change. If they're working from home, nothing will actually change for them. They will still be getting, as far as I know, they'll still be getting their salaries. I just had someone call me yesterday or last night to discuss that. She's trying to make a decision on that. The companies are not changing. The government is giving money for that. So yes, their W-4s need to be addressed still to see if they have the proper amount of money being deducted from their paychecks or not deducted. Now listen, what you do have to keep in mind is that the Schedule A is not, it is a thing of the past. And so some people I heard them jumping up and say, oh, y'all are at home, so now y'all can write things off. No, you cannot. That will not position you to write that off. They need a home-based business because this is job related. It is not them. And it used to be if it was job related and you were at home, you could write those things off. But unless I hear something differently from IRS, then keep going like you're going. Don't offer that as now they can write things off because they're at home. That doesn't qualify you just because you're at home and have a job. You're a W-2 worker. So you cannot file a Schedule C. That would have been the 2106 form, which is no longer available for those who are working from home with a W-2 form. Okay? I gave you a little bit more than you asked.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Comments? Okay, while somebody's waiting, I do want to let you know that there was a discussion, me and some other tax professionals who had gotten some information from our tax IRS, and the discussion is going on with the stimulus check. And they were discussing not having those checks go out to you unless you had earned income tax credit. I hope and don't think that that's going to fly, but it's seriously on the table. So let's just be prayerful about that. And again, this is why we have today, because you can take care of yourself. If you don't get that 2,000, you should not have to die. Okay? You should not die with that. We got some things in place. All right? All right, guys. Is there anybody I'm leaving out? Any comments you want to make?
I just put a link in the chat. Made a link shareable for the Power of 5 presentation that I just did. It's on the Google Drive, so anybody can. It's shareable. So anybody that wants that presentation, the link is in the chat.
All right, good job, because they sure have been asking for that. All right. Anybody else? Okay, if nothing else, I want to thank those who have helped me on today. We want to start with our testimonies. Renita Terry, all the way from Little Rock, I believe it is. Miss Lou Lambert, Miss Cherie Woodis. Thank you guys for those powerful testimonies. I can't wait till they come back on and help us. We're going to have a Women's Day. We're going to just have fun while we are while we are off in our houses. So I'm gonna be contacting these ladies to help me do Women's Day. How about that? Women's Day in myEcon. Don't be stealing my stuff now. And so we're gonna call on them. We want to thank my trusted support, my males in the team with me, and that is Dr. Christopher Allen, woo woo, all the way from Monticello, Arkansas. And I'm gonna say Dr. Joseph McKee, all the way from Cleveland, Mississippi. I don't know what I would do without this male support that I got around me. Chris, y'all couldn't said, Miss Pace, don't cry. He saw me when I got off. He said, you're probably crying because I've been waiting for this support through my Econ's Team Vision for a long time. And so I thank you all, Team Vision. Those of you who attended on today, the entire training will be located on my Shekinah Services YouTube page. And so once I get off of here and everything's recorded, then I can upload that, okay? So that you can go back and watch it. And I will also put it on, yeah, Nicole, you got to come in on Women's Day. Kim Hampton, all of these, we're Miss Pace is thinking, so we got to do us a Women's Day, a virtual Women's Day in myEcon. Come on with it then. All right, guys, you guys have a great rest of the Saturday. Get this back up, review it, teach it to your teams, find your people. Listen, let's do what we got to do. God bless you and have a great day.